The WPC World Championship is really, to me, it's a chance to really say, okay, where do you stack up in the world? And so I wanted to kind of come on the stage. I've never been to a meet with this many international lifters, going back, doing, WPO and things like that. There's obviously guys from a lot of countries, but not as many as is on at a meet like this. So this is something that I'd like to do again next year and continue to do, because it's really a great experience to say, okay, this is where I stack up in the world. And one of the guys, my director of strength conditioning, Nick Bronco, he competed here, and it's his first real big meet. And he unfortunately bombed out in the deadlift, had a great squat and bench day. And it was funny because, I was up in Ohio, and the first thing when he called me, I said, now you see why guys say do it in a big meet. And, everybody says, oh, I did this at my local meet. I do it because it's close. But to me, unless you can go to a big meet like WPC Worlds and put up big numbers, then your numbers are worthless. The judging's consistent here. If someone gets a lift, it's real. And that all the equipment's the same. The plates weigh what they're supposed to weigh. It's really everything at the highest level. And going away from home, so you don't have all the comforts of home. I had a rough flight, flat tire, forgot my belt, had to throw my Equiblock away because I couldn't check my bag on the plane. There was a lot of things that didn't go right. But at the end of the day, it's just shut up and lift weights and get it done. And I think that the longer you're in this, the better you're able to do that. But you got to come and you got to lift on these big stages to even say that you are good. And I think until you've done that, you haven't earned the right to say that you're at a high level. The competition for this, I'm really excited. Obviously, tons of people from different countries. It's fun to walk through and just hear all the different languages going on. See all the shirts, Austria, Russia, Portugal. And it's great to just meet people from other countries. Some you can talk to, some you just smile at. But it's great to really see everybody kind of mixing in together and see the different cultures. Also, a great friend of mine, Jeremy Herring, we're competing against each other today in the bench press. Jeremy's, we're both in 308 class. He beat me at nationals. He's had a great training cycle. I helped him, design his cycle for his meet. And I think that's some of the fun stuff, is not just seeing how your own training goes, but other guys that you're helping prepare for the meet, especially competing against someone who's been a friend for such a long time. It's just fun to get on the platform with people that you're close with like that. My prep for this meet, not ideal. Basically since I qualified at nationals, I've moved my business, I moved my house, I'm having a son in February. All of those things weren't on the table when I committed to doing Worlds. I think one of the biggest things, I try to teach my kids, is that when you commit to something, you see it through no matter what. And with this, it was an ideal meet prep. A lot of things, 18, 20-hour days. But I got my training in when I could. It wasn't ideal, but for me, I feel like do it, see where the chips are going to fall. And I came down here because I knew it was going to be an amazing experience. I wanted to give it my best. Unfortunately, as far as like a meet prep, it wasn't everything I would like, but it was the best I could give under the circumstances that I was training under. Today, it wasn't a totally disappointing day, even though my lifts weren't very good. I think any meet you do, you learn stuff. And I think that, if I would have walked away from today and I felt like I didn't learn anything, then I would have really looked at it like, it would be a waste of a meet. Obviously you come to meets, you want to have a great day lifting. Today I didn't have a great day. But I can go home and say, okay, these are the things I learned. Honestly, for me, it's fucking embarrassing to lift that little bit of weight. Honestly, I'd bench press 500 pounds when I was 20 years old. It wasn't in a meet, but, I think when I was 21, I tripled 500. And so, I tore my bicep last year, and since then, the weight, it flies off my chest, but then I can't lock anything out. It's like my body just shuts down. So, coming out of today, I realized just how much that's affected me and how bad that is. So, it's embarrassing, but again, like I've always been someone who bench press has been my best lift since I was, since I touched a barbell. And now it's my worst lift. And for me, a lot of people would, whatever, want to be disappointed about that. For me, I'm excited because it gives me a chance as a coach to take a lift that I've always been good at. And people ask me about bench press, like, how do you get good? I don't know, I just always have been able to push, and it just went up. Now I'm at a point in my life when it's the weakest I've ever been in a lift. It's the worst lift I have. And as a coach, I look at it as a great challenge to better myself as a coach, so that I can say, here's how I fixed it, and attack that. So although I'm disappointed with the way things were and my numbers, you know, I'm motivated, very motivated to you know, go back and figure out a plan to correct the issue and get back on track. You know, I still have a goal of benching 600 pounds raw on a meet, and that's not something that's going to go away. So it's, you know, go home and figure this out. I have a slow plan for the deadlift. My plan isn't to do everything I can do. My plan is to make small jumps every meet in the deadlift. So last meet, I pulled 705, and it wasn't, you know, an extremely, wasn't the most, you know, wasn't everything I had. This meet, I'd like to just pull 725. I'd like to keep each meet slowly creeping up. You know, my best deadlift's 804. I want to beat that all-time PR, but my plan is to beat it over in 2 years. So, you know, slowly keep moving up so that I can allow my body time to get used to those bigger weights. So today's meet, I was very happy with the deadlift portion. You know, had a pretty good deadlift cycle coming in. You know, it wasn't exactly what I wanted, but I was very happy. So the plan coming in, I was 705 at nationals. I wanted to just kind of get that, you know, go up to that 725, which kilos 330s, 727.5. You know, yesterday after the meet, I was taking out my contacts, and one of them got ripped by somebody, won't mention names, Steve Colescott. And so today I did deadlift in my glasses. Not that that's weird, it just messes up my setup. Every time I set the bar down, my glasses fell off. On my last pull, there was some kind of confusion where another lifter and myself had the same attempt. They were on the monitor first, so I was on deck. And then all of a sudden, the expediter said, you know, Holdsworth, you're up. So I started going out there, and then they called me back, and I'm like, okay. And then he goes, no, you're fine. Yeah, you go now. And so it was like back and forth. So I didn't know. I thought I was on the clock, and so I was kind of rushed in my setup. So when I grabbed the bar, my underhand, I kind of grabbed a little more than I normally do. I knew when I grabbed it, but I just picked it up, and as soon as I did, I started windmilling. You know, I wasn't sure what was going to happen when it started windmilling. Once I got past the knees, I know I'm good to lock that weight out, but it was windmilling in my back on the left side from kind of cranking it back over. It's going to be a little sore. I mean, it's feeling it now, but you know, I'd rather mess up a lift and get 3 white lights than, you know, mess it up and get red. So overall, I was happy. I'm not sure exactly. We haven't done awards yet, but I'm pretty sure I won my class. So, you know, getting, you know, world championship at WPCs, that's pretty pumped about that, honestly. I didn't think that was going to happen. But, you know, myself and another lifter attempted the same weight. They missed it. I got it. I thrive on that kind of competition. You know, after I got it, you know, I saw him miss it. I went to that. He tried it again and missed it. So it was a great day. Really happy. You know, second meet back in 10 years, and you know, to come down here and perform in this environment, really happy with the way things went.